Hey everybody, a warm welcome to the show. I'm Rebecca McLaughlin-Eastham, and this week we're looking to master mindfulness as we explore traditional and unorthodox approaches to achieving inner peace. We'll bring you an insightful interview with alternative medicine advocate and New Age movement guru, Deepak Chopra.
I use the acronym STOP. S stands for stop. T, take 3 deep breaths and smile. O, observe what's happening around you and inside you. And P, proceed with compassion and awareness.
A little bit later on in the show, we'll take a hammer to traditional theories about stress relief. But first, there is a 73-year-old who for decades has been extolling the health benefits of spiritual practices, and Inspire Middle East was lucky enough to hear some of his pearls of wisdom. Indian-American doctor Deepak Chopra has a simple philosophy for life. Joy is the birthright of being human. His pursuit of mental health, happiness, and holistic well-being has culminated in a plethora of best-selling books, advising people how to live beyond their limitations, find paths to higher consciousness, and achieve personal success. Some call him sage, others call him a scientist, and many refer to him as a spiritualist, and his teachings and practices have made him one of the wealthiest figures in alternative medicine, with designer Donna Karan, actress Lucy Liu, Madonna, Oprah, and the late Michael Jackson amongst his celebrity clients. Chopra's ambition is for his legacy to live for centuries to come in AI form, with a digital version of himself sharing virtual advice.
I'm on a mission to help you achieve your personal well-being and mindfulness goals.
For an in-person consultation with him, Inspire pulled up a chair with the guru when he recently passed through Abu Dhabi. Deepak Chopra, a very warm welcome to Inspire Middle East.
Thank you.
Let me start by asking a fundamental question that you like to pose, which is, why are we here? What is our purpose?
Well, I think we're here to expand our experience of happiness, ultimately, and also at a certain stage in our lives to wake up from the hypnosis of social conditioning and find our own creativity, our calling, our desire for transcendence and love. That's why we're here.
What are the easiest practices we can put into place daily to reach that state?
Press the pause button for a moment in your life. Observe yourself and your reaction to react all the time. And then I use the acronym STOP. S stands for stop. T, take 3 deep breaths and smile. O, observe what's happening around you and inside you. And P, proceed with compassion and awareness.
Your book, Metahuman, touches upon that, of course. How many people, though, realistically, are actually doing this in their daily lives, be it consciously or unconsciously?
I would say less than 1%. The rest are hell-bent for not Jericho, but for collective suicide.
That's surprising. You paint a bleak picture.
Look at the world right now. Climate change, nuclear weapons, biological warfare, internet hacking of democracies, hatred, prejudice, ethnocentrism, fear. It's right in our face. We're looking at collective extinction and we are totally in denial.
You've given private counsel to everyone from heads of state, prime ministers, presidents, captains of industry, and of course individuals. What primarily are they coming to you for? What advice are they seeking?
Most people have problems with conflict. Politicians are totally in conflicted scenarios all the time, with their opponents, with other politicians, heads of state. So both industry and politics are now totally programmed for power mongering, influence peddling, cronyism, corruption, and self-importance. And ultimately, it has consequences. So it's very important for everyone to ask themselves, who am I and who wants to know that? What is my purpose? And what do I really want from my life? What am I grateful for in this moment? Because if you are grateful for existence in this moment, you can't have hostility. It's impossible.
Talk to me about hostilities and tensions that we've seen between the US and Iran. You've written about this, you've spoken about it. What's your perspective of how it could be resolved?
I think any conflict, including the kind of conflict that the US and Iran has, the principles are very simple. And if you obey them and you follow them, you can not only resolve the conflict, you can create a partnership. So you have to first think, why do I want to resolve this conflict and what's the benefit? Secondly, you have to treat your adversary with respect. If you don't treat them with respect, you lose them before you start. Thirdly, you have to understand that in any conflict, there's the perception of injustice on both sides. Otherwise, there's no conflict. Fourthly, you have to refrain from belligerence because then you're a bully and nobody wants to talk to a bully. Fifthly, you have to understand what is emotional and social intelligence. There are very fine principles that help you achieve that, including your own emotional freedom, the ability to communicate without violence.
You are a prodigious author with more than 90 publications to your name. You also have ambitions to reach more than 1 billion people worldwide. How are you planning to do this, and what's in the pipeline for 2020?
Well, right now I've created a digital version of myself, a digital AI. It's called Digital Deepak. You can actually have a conversation with him if you want, and it learns from you, interaction, digitaldeepak.ai. But one day it'll be speaking to the grandchildren of the grandchildren of the grandchildren of my grandchildren and learning from them. It will continue to evolve and learn. It also has access to all a library that I've created, which is a cultural library of all of humanity and sciences. So what will happen in the future is my digital version will be able to talk theoretically to 7 billion people one-to-one.
Deepak, it's been a privilege to meet you. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you very much. It was an honor.
Okay, so admittedly, perhaps meditation is not for everybody, and yoga might not provide enough mental relief from the stresses of everyday life. And so for those looking for a punchier way to let off steam after a hard day's work, there's now a smashing new way to do it. Salima Saeed has the story on those taking a swing at it in Dubai.
Now just relax, let everything flow.
While calm meditation to relieve daily stresses might work for some, what's becoming all the rage now in the region is something called rage or destruction therapy. The concept is simple. Instead of looking inwardly for answers, people can let out all their frustrations by breaking glasses and destroying electronics. In Tokyo, since the 1990s, rage rooms have allowed business professionals, teenagers, and parents to release negative energy. According to the Smash Room in Dubai, of its more than 500 monthly customers, 3 out of 4 are women, including 36-year-old Dorita from India, who's been going to the Smash Room monthly for about a year. She calls it her free pass to be bad.
For me, it's the crunch of glass. Whenever I go in, I'm usually a lot more content and like everything is released and there's like this, I don't know what it is, like calm, like yoga calm, strangely, that comes in after you're done.
Some choose to attend streaming yoga classes to shake off their worries, or a Valentine's Day bash for the heartbroken to hammer out closure after a breakup. The Smash Room's co-founder, Ibrahim Abudiak, helped to develop the concept in 2018 after losing his job and facing divorce following 5 years of marriage. He discovered a way to make stress relief fun. He says it's also helping shatter the regional stigma surrounding mental health.
We want to create a safe haven for people to let their frustration and their anger out, because all of us here in this society have been discouraged to show emotions.
For some, unresolved daily stresses can contribute to depression, commonly characterized as a low mood or even chronic sadness, which can impair one's ability to cope with daily life. According to the World Health Organization, depression affects more than 264 million people globally, and most are women. Some mental health experts say that stress is on the rise in the Arab Gulf, especially in major cities, which tend to have fast-paced work cultures and a large number of expatriates living away from home. And while the smash room might be fun, it's not considered a recommended solution by some medical experts for people with clinical depression or those struggling to cope with aggression.
Because if somebody has any problem with anger, this is a model that you encourage them to do that again and again. However, physical activity is something we highly recommend, such as exercise, and usually we need high intensity 5 times or more a week for 30 to 14 minutes based on the recent research.
Well, for those who don't enjoy a joyful jog on the beach, smashing in car windows might still be their preferred physical and mental relief, whether therapeutic or not. And believing that the idea will continue to grow in popularity in the region, the Smash Room has future plans to deliver mini Smash stations to workplaces in the UAE, allowing employees to step out from a tough day at the office for a while and let off steam in a fun way.
Well, that is a wrap of our show for this week, and we hope it's left you suitably rested and relaxed. Before I say goodbye, here are some calming Instagram posts that we liked this week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Ricardo from the United States shared this photo of him meditating in the UAE desert to show the importance of mindfulness and spiritual practices. And Cassie from New Zealand posted this of a moment she spent with a friend at the Smash Room, saying that she loved destroying glasses instead of washing them.